Alrighty, yo, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. DDG94 here, back with another reaction video. Today we're going to react to GTA 5 could have been so much more. It could have been, but there was some in-house problems, and Rockstar got divided. And that's why we got GTA in the state that it's been in for the past fucking decade now. It's been a whole fucking decade, bro. Do y'all not realize that it's been 10 years since GTA 5 came out? When GTA 5 came out, I was a high school graduate. I was fresh out of high school. 10 years later, this game is still the only GTA we got. Without further ado, man, let's get right into this. There was some in-house problems that caused this game to go out the way it did.
Between 2012 and 2014, Rockstar had ambitious plans for multiple story mode DLCs that we never got to see. In a leaked document containing pages of written notes from at the time a leading person at Rockstar talks about expansions to the single player with huge ideas that were only later cancelled due to dramatic changes within Rockstar.
Yep, in-house problems.
A story mode expansion, Alien War DLC, a zombie apocalypse, Liberty City for online, and a police-themed update. These are just some of the plans for GTA 5 that we know about, but never saw the light of day.
Damn.
The story mode expansion is probably what most of the players are familiar with, as Rockstar mentioned a story DLC in many of their articles between 2013 and 2014. They talk about a very exciting story mode DLC coming later this year, stating they have more info to share very soon, continuing the adventures of Michael, Franklin, and Trevor in big plans for 2014, supposedly even with new assassination and flight school missions. And that's pretty much all we know from Rockstar's side, as in 2014, nothing was heard or seen about this story mode DLC. Although the demands for additional single-player content was big at the time, and people had high hopes in Rockstar, since the two DLCs for GTA 4's single-player were exceptionally well-received and enjoyed by millions of players. The story mode DLC was seemingly going to be huge, on the same level as the GTA 4 DLCs The Ballad of Gay Tony and The Lost and the Damned, with 12 to 20 hours of new content, as leftovers in the game files revealed major changes for the game. In the leaked document that was obtained in 2013 included pages of notes taken from some kind of briefing session inside Rockstar North, which outlined the current projects, future games, and plans for single-player DLCs. Plans made before the release of GTA 5 and even reportedly being already in production. Agent. That was the code name for the story DLC, which might sound familiar to you as Rockstar worked on a stealth-based action game called Agent, which got teased for the PlayStation 3 in 2007, but was later abandoned down the line. Whilst it is uncertain if this Agent game had any correlation with the story mode DLC, a lot of inspiration and ideas have been undoubtedly taken for online DLCs, such as the Doomsday Heist, which is probably the best example of what Agent could have been. This story mode update was all going to be about Trevor. The storyline would have featured him working as an undercover agent, hence probably why it was codenamed Agent. In this DLC, you would have been only able to play as Trevor himself, like how you can play as Franklin and Lamar in the online Contract DLC. Trevor would be working with the IAA to eliminate enemies, deal with Korean mobsters, rescue a Russian guy, and handle other gangs to then end up robbing the casino, together with all the three protagonists. And about that casino, there are still to this day unused voice lines about multiple characters informing us that a new casino has opened, unrelated related to the online casino DLC. It's safe to say that much of this storyline and ideas have been reused in DLCs for online, such as the Humane Labs raid, Series A funding, and the Heists update, as the first setup mission of this story DLC was codenamed Plane, which is the same name used in the first setup mission of the Prison Break. This agent update was not the only story mode DLC planned. An expansion was also planned for Franklin, an Alien War update. This DLC would have started with a cinematic intro showing what UFOs had done to Los Santos, and how they even caused an earthquake, destroying large parts of the city and causing one of the mountains to crack open, revealing a secret that has been hidden inside, a kind of spaceship where the aliens arose and launched their brutal invasion. The aliens are looking for water and oil, which Franklin somehow had to deal with. Many things were already hinting at an Alien War-styled update, like this artwork that got used for a garage floor option. It showed what an alien war or invasion could have looked like. The same with this ammunition commercial ad, or what you thought about this unused overlay left in the game files named UFO Death Ray. The concept of an alien-themed DLC wouldn't be a shocker, as we all know Rockstar has an obsession over aliens in its games. Eventually, this DLC was planned to be released on the Xbox 360 and PS3, and not much more was known of it. But imagine if Los Santos was hit by a zombie infestation. That was the original plan for Michael, a zombie apocalypse episode in the style of Red Dead Redemption's Undead Nightmare. This DLC was the more intensive one, as it wasn't planned to be released on the Xbox 360 and PS3, but for next-gen consoles and PC, as Rockstar wanted to push themselves for this DLC. It would have involved large building destructions, more trash and car wrecks around Los Santos, a sea of zombies, and at the same time, the army would have been fighting them as they placed army walls around the city and evacuation sites were built in the less populated Blaine County. Certain items were already hinting at this update, as the Arena War DLC props are most likely from that development material, or the numerous warning posters around the map. And perhaps the Mount Chiliad mystery was simply a teaser for all the story mode updates that never happened. Unfortunately, nothing is really known about what the storyline could have looked like or what would have triggered this massive zombie apocalypse, as these were very early ideas which Michael didn't even know about. Just some people inside Rockstar, very excited to revamp the map. And that's how we come to the Liberty City map expansion that was planned for GTA Online. It's probably the most discussed DLC out of them all. Whilst there is no mention of a Liberty City DLC in the notes document, there have been a number of leaks that happened about a possible Liberty City map addition. So did screenshots surface showing how the Liberty City map was being ported to GTA 5. And in 2016, a Rockstar employee accidentally leaked a location from Liberty City and what it looked like GTA 5 graphics, which was soon removed from the portfolio after it attracted attention. Some also discussed that this was just for recording purposes for the GTA 5 TV shows and commercials. But a Rockstar document containing location info about the Agent DLC also contained a possible safe house idea for the Liberty City DLC. It's safe to say that there were some serious plans to include Liberty City in GTA 5, which is not surprising, since Leslie Benzies at the time discussed the possibility of bringing all GTA cities into one big world and letting the players fly back and forth between them. In 2020, a reliable community member revealed that Liberty City was indeed being ported to GTA 5 in 2015, but was cancelled along with the story mode DLCs, and that the likelihood of the expansion becoming a reality has become near zero. This is an entirely different story for the Cops and Crooks DLC, which was on the verge of releasing back in summer 2020. A police-themed DLC was a highly suggested update for GTA Online. It would have included a game mode with its own currency, where players organized themselves into teams of good and bad guys. We would have been able to buy many police items, such as vehicles, weapons, and much more, as we see in the leftovers discovered later, since it got last-minute scrapped and a new DLC had to be made, which became the Los Santos Summer Special. In the notes document, there were mentions of the Cops and Crooks mode, but it's uncertain if this was supposed to be the first plan plans for GTA Online since the document dates back to 2012, or if the Cops and Crooks DLC was supposed to be released way earlier, only to be quietly canceled in 2020 due to the ongoing police protests at the time. It would have caused Rockstar a lot of controversy to release a police-themed DLC in those times, especially when Rockstar was making cultural changes within the company. Senior executives at Rockstar were concerned about how the narrative might be interpreted and put it aside. As of today, there are no plans to bring it back, but instead got reused for new online DLCs. Whilst Cops and Crooks was cancelled due to political concerns, Liberty City and the 3 story mode DLCs would have been a reality if it wasn't about the unforeseeable success of GTA Online, but most importantly, the departure of Leslie Benzies, who was the president of Rockstar North and one of the lead producers of the many Rockstar titles. Leslie Benzies left the company in 2016 after a 17-month sabbatical that began in 2014. After his resignation, he also sued the company when he found out that money was being made behind his back while he was away, claiming that they tried to force him out for unknown reasons. They later agreed to a confidential settlement in court. Leslie and the Houser brothers both had different visions for GTA, as mentioned in the court documents. Sam Houser and Dan Houser wanted to work on single-player content, while Leslie Benzie wanted to focus more on online. His departure set off a chain reaction of employees leaving the studio in New York and North, and so production had to be halted, as Rockstar went through a transition period of hiring new employees and restructuring the company. The only stable team that remained was the GTA Online team at Rockstar North, which, due to the success it was having at the time, was instructed to continue with the online content, a decision that was also undoubtedly influenced by their parent company, Take-Two Interactive. Sadly, the cancelled single-player DLCs and perhaps the Liberty City expansion fell victim to this, as the design director at the time confirmed story mode expansions were cancelled due to GTA Online and other projects like RDR2 at the time. It was not really a conscious decision, it's just what happened. We would love to do more single-player add-ons for games in the future. Not everything is always possible, but we still love single-player more than anything.
And you want to know what's sad?
Unique.
And you want to know what's sad? When GTA 6 eventually do come out, all that work y'all did with GTA 5 is going to be dead, because you know they're going to cut them servers off. They cut the GTA 4 servers off, believe it or not. The GTA 4 servers are off. Unless you got like a PC, then you can still play it on PC. They kept them up on PC, but they pretty much deaded them bitches on console. I don't know if they got them still on console, or they deaded it on PC, or if they deaded it on console and let PC keep it. I don't know. I don't know how that's working, but all I know is when GTA 6 comes out, GTA 5 is pretty much a dead horse. You know what I'm saying? All that shit, all that content they put on GTA 5, all this content they put on GTA 5 just to cut the servers off when the next game come out. And you got to start all over. That's why online is not the wave, bro. Single player is always going to be the wave, because you can always go back to it. When you start putting shit online and putting shit on servers, and then you can cut the servers off 2 years after the fact, it just takes away from nostalgia, and it keeps you from playing these older games, man. You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous where we got to now. But anyway, so I'm just going to about do it for this one. I'll see y'all in the next video. Till then, peace out.